So now we're going to look at how to create a diminished chord shape on your ukulele. And this is a very cool chord because it's probably the most versatile in terms of how you can use this chord shape to create a plethora of different diminished chords. Now, a diminished chord is a chord that is built on minor thirds. That's the only interval between the notes in all four notes of the chord. So we've got a diminished chord like this, and we can slide this up and down the neck and play it in open position. I think one of the easiest ways to start with this chord is to make a G7 shape with your fingers 2, 3, 4, leaving your index finger open, like you're going to slide it up and bar it. But instead of barring it, you're just going to play the top string, your G string. And now we've got A flat, we've got a B, a D, and an F in this chord. So it's A flat, D, F, and B, moving from 4 to 1. So this diminished chord can be any of those names of diminished chord. In other words, it can be the A flat diminished, it can be the D diminished, the B diminished, or the F diminished. It can be any of those. So now you've got 4 chords in one. And now, to get the next set of chords, you just slide it up a half step. And now this one could be A, C, E flat, or G flat, or F sharp. And then we can either slide this up another one to get our C sharp, E, G, B flat set, or we could do this open down here. You'd probably finger it this way or maybe this way. And that would be the same thing as our 3rd fret position. Okay, so this is a great chord. It's a chord that comes up once in a while. If you're doing some jazz standards or things like that, you probably run into a diminished chord. So the good news is every one of these chords, every fingering of this chord can be 4 different chords, any of the notes in the chord. And since there's only 3 notes in between, or 2 notes in between each one of these chords, you only need to play this in 3 positions to be able to play all 12 diminished chords. So I think that's some really great news. Like any of our chords, to get in and out of it, just practice fingering the chord, take your hand off, and then replace it and move it up and down. And just, do that. Repetition is the key. Make sure you're relaxed and comfortable, and before you know it, you'll be playing all your diminished chords with no problem.